What's good with it, y'all? It's your boy Lamborghini Preem, back again, once again, talking this boxing shit. And I just wanted to talk about my man Anthony Joshua comments about Deontay Wilder, about when he's gonna fight Wilder and all that shit. You know what's up with that, I might put the link in the description if I can find it to that specific interview. But Anthony Joshua just recently did an interview, for those who don't know, and he was explaining how his plan of action as far as his career goes and how he wants to handle fighting Wilder, and the fact that it's not it may be pushed off for a little while, but it'll happen. It just may not happen as soon as people would like. That was basically the gist of what he was saying, and in my opinion, it's fuck shit, man. It made AJ look real weak, man. I didn't like it. I didn't expect to hear no shit like that from AJ. You know what I'm saying? Some people is interpreting this like Anthony Joshua is scared of Deontay Wilder. And I wouldn't go that far. I would say that he fears Deontay Wilder, but he's not scared of Deontay Wilder, if that makes any sense. Let me clarify. When I say that he fears Deontay Wilder instead of being scared is when you're just scared, like you're afraid, you have reservations about even fighting this guy at all. Kind of like Ricky Bowe versus Lennox Lewis. He was scared of Lennox Lewis. You know what I'm saying? Scared. Not afraid, scared. Now, excuse me, I'm sorry. Yes, afraid and scared. Those two things mean the same thing. But what I'm saying is, Riddick Bowe was really shook. That's how I should put it. He was shook. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to be shook, and it's one thing to have fear. You know what I'm saying? I believe Anthony Joshua may believe that he's the better fighter to Deontay Wilder, but I don't think he's confident enough in his defense at this point in his career to be able to stave off a big shot from Wilder yet. I think that's really what the root of his reluctance to fight him at this point is. I don't think it's like he fears Wilder and like Wilder's this big giant that he's just afraid of. No. I feel like if you a guy who knows your weaknesses, you know what I'm saying, you know that maybe certain things can exploit them more than others. And when you see those things and you know you're not prepared for them, if you keep it real, this is the kind of shit you're going to say, in the fight game. This shit it applies to life, just like boxing always. Basically all boxing is a metaphor for life, and all life is a metaphor for boxing. It's all in a circle, but keeping it a buck, that's what it is. It's not no bitch made fear, so I'm not mad at Joshua for this. It makes him look bad. Don't get me wrong, it makes him look bad to the public, especially, that don't give a fuck about these subtle nuances and shit like that. They not finna go into all that. They just like, yo, this motherfucker don't want to fight. He's scared to them. So that's what it's gonna be, But for a nigga like myself, I look at this, man, and that's what I see in Joshua. I don't see pussy, you know what I'm saying? I don't see shook. I see cautious. I see fear, you know what I'm saying? And fear can be good, man. Fear can drive you, man. Fear can keep you awake. It keeps you alert, and it's something you can't avoid feeling. You know what I mean? It's like that old saying when they say the hero and the coward both feel the same amount of fear. The difference is the coward let the fear take over, and they buckle and they fold, and they get treated like how they is, like some motherfucking cowards. And the hero, on the other hand, he don't let it buckle him. He don't let it fold him. He's still scared. Well, not scared, but he has fear. He understands it is danger. He understands that this could maybe go another way that's not in his favor. But he gonna jump off the motherfucking porch like a G and do what he gotta do. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna stand there and let the circumstances crush him. You know? He's not. He's gonna go for his. And if you get crushed in the process, that's something different, and that's something you can accept. You know? And so that's why, I still maintain my respect for Anthony Joshua. I don't look at him like no pussy, to be honest, even though it's kind of, some sucker shit. I can't deny that. I mean, what the fuck, dog? I mean, you are a champion. This is not, you're not a contender. So personally, I don't believe you have the luxury to wait off and do shit like this. But, money talk, bullshit, run a motherfucking marathon, so maybe you do, but I'm just here to say I haven't lost any respect for Joshua. I actually agree with him. I feel like at this point in his career, if he was to fight Wilder's gonna knock him out cold. Not like easy and nothing like that. It's gonna be a hell of a fight, but Joshua's technical ability would get him far enough, or it would get him fired. But as soon as he starts to tire, that's when it's gonna be showtime for Wilder. You know what I'm saying? Stamina wise, Wilder has far more stamina in my opinion than Joshua. And once we get to round 9, 10, 11, them three, you know what I mean, them kind of rounds, championship rounds as they call them, that's when shit like that really, really matters and comes to the forefront. It's hard to quantify exactly, what it is that Joshua could do to rectify this and maybe give himself a better chance against Wilder, because I feel like Joshua could train to 2026 right now. You know what I'm saying? And I still feel like Wilder would get that punch off and he would land that right hand and he would at the very least hurt Joshua badly in the fight. You know what I'm saying? And like I said before in one of my other videos, once you get hurt real bad in the boxing ring, you know what I'm saying, that fucks up everything. That fucks up your whole game plan. Like, all your whole fucking game plan go out the window. One punch could send your whole shit out the window. Now you're in defense mode, trying not to get knocked out until you can gather yourself. And there's no telling how long it'll take for you to gather yourself. You know what I'm saying? Could be 2 rounds, could be 1 round, could be half a round, could be 6 rounds, It could be anything depending on how hurt you is. And then, you can go from the windshield to the fly. I mean, from the fly to the windshield, from the windshield to the fly real quick. You know what I mean? So it's just some shit that in this game of boxing specifically, it's probably the only sport that it can't happen in. Shit like this, one thing can turn a whole fight around. A motherfucker could be Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. getting his ass whooped the whole fight against Meldrick Taylor, or was it Meldrick Taylor? I think it was Meldrick Taylor, if I'm not mistaken, and fucking come back with 7 seconds left and knock that motherfucker out. So I don't know, man. I still, like I said, I maintain my respect for Joshua, but I felt like that's something that he could have kept to himself, man. But I do respect the fact that he kept it a buck, though. I prefer a motherfucker be honest with me, than somebody try to lie. So let me take that back, man. I respect the man for keeping it a buck, but I also respect Wilder for feeling like, shit, these motherfuckers scared of me. Man, motherfuckers can say what they want to say. At the end of the day, they don't want it. So that equals scared. And shit, you're not wrong, dog. So, it's an interesting thing, man. But I will say this, though. I don't want to wait 2 years to see this fight. I don't want to wait 3 years. This shit should happen at the latest next September. I don't want to see this shit dragging the fuck on. Y'all motherfuckers both maybe get, Wilder got to handle his mandatory. Joshua take care of his mandatory. I may be cool with maybe one more fight in between for both. I mean, it doesn't really matter. That wouldn't be no skin off my back if they did one more fight, if they felt like that's what they was gonna do. Especially if they was, if the next fight we know is gonna be them if they win, I take that. on some Andre Ward Kovalev shit. You know, y'all do y'all thing, like, you know, sharpen up the tools and get ready, and then, you know, do y'all thing together. But I think I think no matter what Joshua does, man, I just don't think he's got a chin that's strong enough to survive that Wilder shit. That right hand of Wilder shit, man, that's a mean motherfucking thing, man. That is a mean motherfucking thing, man. That Spilka knockout, man, that shit was scary, man. Well, not scary. I put it it was one of those things where when he went down, man, I was like, this guy could be permanently hurt. I was just glad he wasn't, man. It was kind of fucked up after that for him to be popping shit like Wilder ain't got no power. It's like, motherfucker, nobody believes you, man. We saw the way you fucking hit the canvas, nigga. You was out. Your lights were turned the fuck out. So yeah, man. In this upcoming fight, like I said, I don't want to see it take no longer than late next year, man, and not no December, no shit, man. Late summer, early fall, you know, at the latest. But yeah, if it do happen, like I said before, Wilder by knockout. You know what I mean? Joshua is a technically superior boxer, and I believe that he will do his thing for as long as he got juice. But as soon as that gas run out, that's gonna be his Achilles heel, in my opinion. So until the next time, y'all, go get my album, check out my shit, hit up my official site, hustlegameboss.com. Copy you something, copy you a hoodie, copy you a t-shirt, copy you a hat, something, motherfucker, you know. If you just had a baby, you know, something like that. I got baby onesies and all that on there. Cop all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with supporting the nigga you fuck with. If I fuck with you, I'll be on your shit, supporting your shit. Real talk, man. Ain't no thing, man. It don't dim my shine to acknowledge another nigga light, you know. So with that being said, I'm on to the next one. Holla at me.